first job this morning was sorting out the Cory only tank. Now when I first came in the studio this morning, there's basically no flow coming out the filter at the back. I basically set the filter up to be a water polisher when I first did the build for the build video a few days ago. Yeah, the filter at the back, this one with the duck bill on, that was just clogged up. So I put like a fine, you can see it there, it's like fine, well you can't, there we go. It's like fine filter floss that's in that one, and that was to polish the water ready for the build video. Now this morning is 3 days after I'd done that, and there was basically no flow going on, so I just swapped that out. It's dusted it all up again, to be expected, but to be honest, there's all the pygmies at the back going across. And they're all kind of hidden because I've just run in their face with this camera. But the ADA, what's it called? Colorado sand, that's right. It's a lot more dusty than I thought it was going to be, so there's quite a lot of particles. But to be honest, it clears up pretty quickly, especially with these filters, so I'm not going to moan. Now I also added this little surface skimmer, that's an Eheim one, just because all this dust is collected on the surface. Eventually I won't need it, but for now it's, you know, it's in there and it's doing good. Tank's looking good there, right? So today's pretty exciting because I actually start a new build. What day is it? It's Tuesday today, so it should be this weekend's build video. But we've got up here a new shrimp tank going on. So this is the one I've done previous, which is doing absolutely like brilliantly. I can't believe how well we're getting on with it. Shrimp are breeding already. There's tons of babies. Yeah, brilliant. And it's really got me thinking I want to do more. So here comes the more. I'm going for sort of like somewhere in between sort of functional breeding tank. Oh my goodness, look at the eggs on that female. Come on, mother, produce those babies for me. And here we have the absolutely fantastic yeah, this is going to be a forestry look sort of shrimp tank thing. I'm going for a really random dotting of stuff, and I'm going to put the plants in quite random as well. I want it to look like a forest floor and just be sort of quite open as well, leaf litter, that kind of thing, and have for a place for shrimp. Because over here next to the Harlequin Respora tank, I've actually got the yellows in here. That's a buried female as well we've got in there. So I've got the yellow shrimp in that side, and this side I've got the red rallies. Now, you can't really see them that well in here, but anyway, yeah, I've got more shrimp to go in there, so that's going to be cool. Now I've also got this tank next to it, so I might keep the two separate and do a separate sort of one there, but I don't mind mixing them. I don't mind getting mixed colours and seeing what turns up, so I'll probably just put them all in here if I'm honest. I tell you what, I have come across multiple issues with this tank though, like not serious ones. First one, the duckweed is starting to get out of control and I need to sort that out. The second one, the snails keep climbing up the pipe on the inside. Guys, come on. I mean, how am I going to put the food down first of all, and how are you going to get out? They're going down now. Hopefully that means they go all the way down. So out in this area is like the only area that's not heated. This is like the hallway in between the two studios. Now I've got some aquariums here that were being used for like just plant storage, but I'd rather use plant storage on lower levels like down there, because if you have tanks on lower levels, I find that I never use them. Yeah, at the moment I'm just topping up the water in these tanks. There's actually nothing in them at all, so that's why I want to do something. I did have my shrimp in there that now been moved over to that tank there. But what I'm thinking would be really cool is if in this area out here, which stays at around the lowest it'll get when it's proper cold outside, is like, I don't know, 12 degrees centigrade. No idea what that is in Fahrenheit. I'll put it up on the screen. So I'm thinking a really cool thing I could do out here is make a rice fish sort of couple of aquariums. Apparently my local fish store is going to be getting some in. I'm really looking forward to that. A couple of tanks up for maybe a couple of nanos down the bottom shelf. I've just taken that aquarium off, you see, because it's up there. Oh my goodness, it's so bright. Why is it so bright? Oh, there we go. It's just trying to adjust. Sorry, my bad. Now another tank that desperately needs some work doing to it is the electric blue aquarium tank. There's one of them right here. Can you see? Yeah, you're picking them up. Oh, here comes the other one. And then it should be 3. So there's one probably at the back making babies. That's usually the case. 2 come to the front, 1's at the back making babies at any given time. So the tank has been a little bit neglected. I know it's all healthy, so I've sort of just been power feeding the fish and that, but the plants have grown so heavily that it's stopping flow now and it's affecting the rest of the tank. So here's what I'm talking about. So we've got like algae, and there is a little bit of cyanobacteria as well. I can just see a little bit of it. No problem at all. We can get rid of that. I mean, that'll probably go on its own once we get the flow sorted. We've got quite a lot of light impacting this tank. This is a powerful light, you know, and it's only about to get even more powerful when I remove a load of the plants. But I think with better flow, there won't be so much waste sitting down and getting caught in all the different areas, and that will mean that we get less algae because there won't be any food sources for the algae. You can have high-powered light provided there isn't like organic waste all over the tank. Oh my goodness, I've just noticed all 3 of them. Hello. Oh, they're getting a good size now, guys. Look, come here, come up, come and say hello. I need you for a size comparison. Look at that. Absolute beauties. We need some electric blue aquarium merch, don't we? I want to wear it. They're so vibrant, they look white there. Oh, we need to get some more light coming in. Right, halfway through, I've just hacked so much out already. I'm going to keep going. I've got to go right back, including some of these swords. Even they're getting too much for the foreground. Like, most of this is all new growth, so that's beautiful though. I'm not sure I can cut that one out. Maybe some of these ones. Oh, it's so hard. Okay, I have gone to town on this one. I've been right in the back area as well, thinning out this mother plant. This was a mother Amazon sword, an absolute beast. They call it a mother plant because look, I think you can make that out. Look, that's like a smaller baby plant that's come up. There we go. So it's a mother plant because it's making babies, which is awesome. Now the tank is looking pretty trashed. There's no way I could sort of get rid of all these bits of algae in here. What I kind of like to do sometimes is just leave them there and treat the tank. Now, a good way I'm going to find out... Oh, this is so much better. Look, I can see right in the back now. I can see all the fish. To be honest, it might want thinning out even more. But for the time being, I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to add in some of the API CO2 booster. And that will actually... It's a glutaraldehyde, so it will actually just burn off the algae, if you like. It'll take a good few days adding it in every day. Hello. There we go, that's what I'm talking about. I want to be able to see it more. I want to be able to see the fish more. This should look awesome by the morning. Get that CO2 booster in, a few more days of that, and then most of that algae will just be gone. Now be careful with CO2 boosters or liquid CO2 or any of those. At the end of the day, you can easily overdose it. Some people do overdose because they have that, but I just like to stick to what's recommended. And then it takes longer that way, but it's safer and there'll be no harm to the fish. If you've got Vallisneria in your tank as well, don't do that. It melts in no time. I've done that before. Absolutely gutted. Everything else though works absolutely fine with me. I don't even get trouble with mosses, which is good. Now this mosslet is not looking great, but if it didn't have that fuzz on it, it would look awesome. So we're going to get rid of that. It does also need a big water change. To come in the morning when all this has settled down and see where we're at. Right, so the next morning, a little update on Snail Watch. So there's 2 things that could have happened here. Either the snails have travelled down, come back into the tank, or they've gone out the top and they're gone. I like to think they've come back down. Look at this absolute beast there. Look at those colours. Absolutely stunning, aren't they? That's why I love ram's horn snails. And like every sort of shell as well is different. It's like a fingerprint, if you like. Some of them go like a bluey colour. Some go a greeny colour, you know, like, they're not everyone's cup of tea, I understand that, but I love them. And also I've walked in this morning, the electric blue aquarium tank looks great. Look at these guys. Yeah, look at that, look, we've opened everything right up, that is so much better. We can see a lot more, we can also see the algae a lot more now as well. I think what I'll do in a minute is I'm actually going to bring the water level down a bit. I'm going to suck out some of these pieces down the bottom manually, and then I'm going to spray the top of the plants with the glutaraldehyde, the CO2 booster. Like if you get a direct spray on them when the water level's down, like not anymore, just the usual amount, then it seems to work even quicker. Because look at them, not that it matters. I mean, some people will say, oh, you're obsessed with cleaning. It's not so much obsessed. It's, well, it is a little bit, I guess, but it doesn't hurt, does it? Like if you stay on top of things, that's what I found in the last 6 months or so. Don't wait, like stay on top of it. I used to wait so I could do it all in one big sort of section, but by that point you could be too late. And I don't mean too late like, oh, your tank's completely destroyed. That's not what I mean. I'm talking in terms of motivation. Motivation is key to everything. That's what I've found. Last couple of years I've done a lot of sort of self-reflecting and thinking about what matters to me versus what I think matters to me. It's quite hard to explain. It's a massive subject. But if you can stay on top of your tanks, you're far more motivated to keep them going, to create new ones, you know, that sort of thing. It pretty much sounds like it goes without saying, but it's so true. And strangely, it also goes for like day-to-day things. So you often think you need to do big things to have a big impact on your life. That's not actually true. Like the stuff we do or see daily, it sort of goes to the back of our mind because we get so used to seeing it. But if you fix all those little things that nag you, I promise you your day is going to be awesome. And that is so true with fish tanks as well. Like quite often I'll walk past a certain tank and go, I must do that, and then I don't do it. And then what that means is there's like weeks of me not actually liking the tank when I could have just fixed it ages ago. But these fish, look, they're looking so good. Look at that. Oh, they're so stunning. I can't get over it. I just honestly, I can't get over how amazing these fish are. What I love about them is that they seem to be so simple. They seem so hardy. You know, they'll pretty much eat anything I put in the tank instantly. They love to bite me as well. Oh, no, you missed. Now, for me personally, there's something about having the blue against the vibrant green, but I can see it working really well in like less of a green tank. So more like a, not full black water, but like more sort of, I guess, hardscape orientated. And then the fish, and then a few little sort of spots of green. That might be something I go for next time, because at some point this will be way too overcrowded for these fish, because they're going to get a lot bigger than this as well. And as for the snail escape, it seemed to be case closed, but now, dun dun dun, to be continued.